All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. If you are not familiar with who I am, my name is Neil Lassen. I'm one of the founders of Merch Informer. And up until a few days ago, where Merch by Amazon decided to shut down its printing facilities, was a six-figure earner. So I don't want to toot my own horn, but I do know what I am doing, or at least I would think so. Over the past few years, I got into Merch by Amazon basically a few months after it started, and kind of have been growing it ever since. So today, in today's webinar, there's a lot of things I want to go over, but I want to make it very clear that I don't just want you to sit there and watch me ramble on about all this stuff. I want you guys to follow along. So by the end of this, my goal is for you to have a few designs created inside of Merch Informer, or whatever you're using. We're going to keyword some listings, so I want you guys to follow along with that in whatever designs you're going to create. And then at the very end, we are going to talk about uploading those to marketplaces that are already, they're fulfilling orders still, they're not shut down. That might change in the future, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I want to focus on what we can actually have any kind of, I guess what I'm saying is focus on things that we have control over. And that is going to be optimize your listings, creating new listings, uploading listings, maybe not to Merch by Amazon, but we're going to see what happens. So I have a bunch of stuff over here, tutorials. Before I get started here, I'm going to close this. What we did is we basically paused billing on Merch Informer accounts for 30 days while Merch by Amazon is shut down. So I'm just going to remove that. Before we get started, if you are inside of Merch Informer, which you guys are, that's why you are watching me here, head over to the Merch Informer graphics tab at the very top. We just uploaded 100 new hand-drawn vectors for March, so we made it in March by just a few days here. I want you guys to go here right now. We're going to follow along. Click the download button, because what this is going to do is it's going to download all of these vectors on your computer, and we're actually going to get a chance to create some designs here before we get going with the keywording and optimization. So once you download these, they're going to download to your computer. Once they're downloaded to the computer, unzip them on your computer and then head over to the Merch Designer here, which you see in the upper right-hand corner. Now, I've already actually opened this up, but the reason I'm going to do that is, let me move this real quick. I have these designs here. I'm going to open them so you guys can see them. Hopefully you guys can see that. It says qualified medical assistant, and I have one more design here. This one says Pina Koala. All right, so these are the two designs that I'm going to be using for this tutorial. We're going to keyword these. I haven't actually sat down and really looked at these designs. I got these back a few weeks ago. So these are what we are going to use. But I'm going to start with this one. So it says qualified medical assistant. As we all know right now with COVID-19 and everything, there are a lot of medical professionals that are pulling like triple shifts, doing a crazy, crazy amount of work. So I'm going to actually change this. Instead of saying medical assistant, I'm going to change it to say nurse. So qualified nurse. That's what I'm going to use, but this is what I got back. This is what I have. I'm not really a graphic designer, so I'm going to come inside of the Merch Informer Designer here. Now, this is going to give you a chance to create some designs right now using those vectors inside of Merch Informer. So go ahead and download those and create something while I'm talking. I'm going to show you one small trick that I use inside of the designer here. So I'm going to go first. This is just a blank page. If we come up here, we can change the product to t-shirt, hoodie, pop socket, you name it. What you can sell on Merch by Amazon is in here. I've gone ahead and selected a t-shirt. So first thing I need to do here, I need to actually upload this image. So I'm going to go to the images tab in the left-hand corner, and I'm just going to drag and drop that image, which is right here. So I'm going to drag it in here. All right, it's going to upload it to the software that you guys can see. I'm just going to click it to put it in the design field here. So it says qualified medical assistant. It looks really great. Now, while I'm doing this, guys, again, download those vectors and create something that's unique, that you think is funny. We're not going to do any research on this. My goal was to do a bunch of research ahead of time on the live stream, but since Merch by Amazon shut down, things are changing a little bit. I want you guys to just create something that you can work on while we are going through this, and then we can work on keywording those listings. So a lot of the times I will get back different designs like this that say qualified medical assistant, right? That might be a niche, but I might look at it and go, you know what, now, I had this 3-4 weeks ago. Now I want to change things up. I want to make sure that you guys can actually, hold on one second. Looks like you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. I want to change the niche of this shirt. So it's in the medical niche, right? It says medical assistant. I want to change this to nursing or nurses. Let me make that a little bit smaller so it fits in there. So the way we're going to do this is you want to select your layer. If you already have a design, you want to select your layer here and come over here to the very top and it says crop. We are going to crop this image. So essentially, I want to keep the qualified part, and you see right below here, medical assistant. I am not going to select that. So I'm just going to crop it off right here, and I'm going to click save. We'll give it a few seconds here. And right there, all right, now I have my little design. It says qualified at the top. I'm going to come over to the left-hand menu, click text, and I'm going to find something that looks decent. I'm not going to take the time here on the live, but if I was going to try to match it up as close as possible, there are some text websites, I guess, where you can upload images and it will give you the best guess of the text that was used. I don't actually have that, so I'm not going to do that on this live. I'm just going to find something that looks good. So you have all these texts on the left-hand side here. You can actually upload your own. You see I have one uploaded, or you can click load 1,000 more. I'm going to come in here and pick, I don't know, what do you guys think I should pick? Maybe something like this. That might not look too bad. We'll resize this a little bit. We'll bring it down here. We'll double click it. We'll type in nurse. Now, you can't read that, right? So we're going to just highlight it. Right-hand corner, fill options, make it white. All right, that doesn't look half bad. What do you guys think? Yes, yay, nay, change the font. I don't think that's half bad at all. I mean, yes, it is two different texts. Or fonts rather, but what I like to do is keep it to 2 to 3. Anything more than that, it starts getting really jumbled. I mean, you've seen, if you've been doing merch at all for, say, a week or more, you've probably seen some designs where people have like 10 different fonts, and it makes absolutely no sense. It looks ugly, and those things do not sell. Let's just say we hated this font for some reason. You can come up here to the top once you've selected it, font family. You can scroll through here and change them. Maybe I'll find something that's a little bangers nurse. That actually looks not too bad. Not too bad at all. We can come up here, edit text. I'm going to do a little bit of letter spacing here. All right, I think that looks a little better. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me see some comments in here. If you guys think that's ugly, I think it looks pretty good. Not something I would wear. I'm not a nurse, but the biggest thing when it comes to merch by Amazon, and I can't repeat this enough, is that you watching this, you are not your target audience, okay? Your target audience is sitting on Amazon, is sitting on any of these other marketplaces. Your target audience is the one that's going to put money in your pocket, and it's not you. So keep that in mind. Very, 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 very important. So let's say that this beautiful looking qualified nurse design is good to go. I'm going to go ahead and download it. So just click download. It's going to give it 1 second here, and it will download it to your computer. And I'm going to minimize the screen, drag it over here on the desktop, and I'm just going to give it a name. So we'll say Koala Nurse. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We're going to put it in this folder. Make it a little smaller here. Qualified nurse. All right, so we have our qualified medical assistant here. And now we have our qualified nurse. So everything is good to go. Now we have 3 designs, right? So we took this design, which is something that I cannot personally create. I got this from someone else. We created a new design in a similar niche, right? But we changed it. And hopefully it has been enough time. I know it's been maybe like 10 minutes. But you guys have created your own design, or you have one ready to go. So the whole point of this exercise is when you get designs back, if you like part of the design, or you're creating a design yourself and maybe you spend some time drawing a koala bear, a fish, depending on what niche you're in, you can reuse those certain design elements, or in the case of Merchant Former, the different vectors. So let me find where I have the stream open, which is right here. We're going to go ahead and close that. You could do the same thing for all of these vectors. There's 100 of them in here. We're just showing 5 of them, a bunch of different ones in here. So make sure you guys use that. We just released that today. So we now have, let me make this a little smaller. All right. Here's our design. Hopefully you guys can see that. Qualified nurse, okay? The first thing we have to do before we get to anything, before we get to the keywords, before we get to optimization, before we think about organizing this, getting it ready to upload, we need to make sure that we're not going to infringe on any IP, right? So intellectual property, IP, that's what it stands for. Probably the biggest headache in Merch by Amazon, but it's something you have to know how to do. Like, you have to. So I've already gone ahead and done this, but let's just Google. All right, we're going to Google USPTO tests. So what this is, the USPTO is the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and TESS is going to be their online search tool. So it's going to be the first thing that shows up. Search Trademark Database. TESS stands for Trademark Electronic Search System. Now, when you're using this, it's going to look like it's straight out of the 80s, maybe the 90s. It's pretty poor web design, but I'm going to give you a quick and dirty of how to check this stuff. And then we're going to go on Amazon and check it even more. So you want to Google USPTO space TESS. Click the first result. You're going to see what's on my screen here. And then you want to click the button that says Search Our Trademark Database. Pretty simple. You're going to come to this website. Let me blow this up so you guys can see it. We want to do a basic word mark search. So what we're going to do is search for what is on our t-shirt, and we're going to cross-reference that with what is currently trademarked. All right, so maybe there's like a medical t-shirt company that has trademarked qualified nurse. I am not sure. So click on basic word mark search, and in this little search field, just type qualified. There we go. That's medical assistant. Remember, but we want to do nurse. All right, so we have our phrase, what is in the title of our shirt, or what's on the shirt rather, and click submit query. Now it says there's no records found for that specific search phrase. That's good. We don't want to see any. However, we search for the full phrase. Okay, we search for qualified nurse. The next thing we have to do is figure out, all right, are parts of that phrase trademarked? This is where it gets really tricky and very annoying. I see this pop up in groups all the time. I've run into this problem, so it's not just you guys. Sometimes what will happen is you'll have like this nice long phrase, and it'll be hilarious. You think it'll sell really well. You'll put it up, and it'll either go up, and then you'll get a takedown later on, or it'll get a rejection right away because a partial of that phrase, like a piece of that phrase, is trademarked. So we're going to go ahead and search just for qualified. I think I spelled that right. C-O-A-L-A-F-I-E-D. Let me just make sure here. C-O-A-A-L-A-F-I-E-D. Okay, perfect. Spelling, very, very important. So we want to search for just qualified, because if that is a trademark, I don't want to spend my time uploading to Amazon or other platforms here. So we're going to go ahead and submit query. And again, that's good. We do not see anything on the screen. So I'm going to go back. Let me go through some comments here, make sure I'm not missing anything. We can hear you. What's up? Hey, Michael, how's it going? Doesn't download. So if you're not getting any downloads, try an incognito window. That's probably going to work. It means that your cookies and cache needs to be cleaned in your browser. That's where it stores everything. So make sure to do that. Same goes for the crop option. If you are not in the designer over here, if this crop option isn't working for you, try an incognito window. It's probably that your cache might be messed up on your computer. If you clear your cache, it's going to clear all of your saved designs. That's because they're saved on your computer, not our servers anywhere, and it will reset the code. So keep that in mind. It looks good, looks good. All right. Okay. let's go ahead here and go back to tests, which is right here. So we search for qualified. Let's just go ahead and search for nurse. I know this is probably going to bring up some options here, but let's find an example. I know that you can use nurse on a t-shirt. Where's the next button? So there's 2,343 results for nurse, but as you can see, so many of these are not exactly what we're looking for. But let's just pick an example here. See a nurse, thank a nurse. All right, so first it has a serial number and a registration number. I'm going to run through just a real down and dirty explanation of the USPTO so you guys know what you're looking for if it does show a result. There's two columns here, serial number and registration number. When someone goes to register a trademark, the first thing that happens is you fill out a bunch of paperwork and it gets sent to the USPTO office. You get a serial number for that mark that you are registering for. Doesn't mean that it's live. It doesn't mean that it's enforceable. It just means that you filed. The registration number here is something that a mark gets 3 to 9 months down the road. This registration number means that it went through review and the USPTO has granted that mark to a person or organization. So we're going to go ahead and click this here. Now we've clicked this. It says, see a nurse, thank a nurse. Okay. So let's say that you had that on a shirt and you're doing your searches and this pops up. This page pops up when you look through the USPTO test search and you go, oh my gosh, this is trademark. I shouldn't use it. Well, let's take a look here. First thing you see on this page is the actual mark. See a nurse, thank a nurse. Next, you're looking at word mark. So is this a word mark or is this a picture? This is a word mark. It says see a nurse, thank a nurse. We know that. And it looks like they filed August 26, 2019. And it was registered on March 24th. That was literally like a week ago. So this took quite a lot of time. So this page gives you a decent amount of information, but you want to click on the TSDR button. This is going to be what you really want to look at here. It's going to tell you the serial number, the registration number. It's going to tell you what type of mark it is. It's live. Let's see, it's registered. Registration date is used to determine when post-registration maintenance documents are due. Yada, 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 yada. All we really care about here on this page is one, what is the mark? Okay. Mark information, click that. Okay, this is a standard character mark. So it's not a picture, it's just text. Doesn't matter what font it is, it's just text. Goods and services, this is a big one. This is a big one because we sell t-shirts and pop sockets. All right, you might be selling other types of products on other marketplaces, but on Merch by Amazon, you're selling clothing, which is in the 0 to 5 category, and you're selling pop sockets, which is in the 009 category. So very, very important. You want to come down here and look at the goods and services, because just because this right here is registered as a trademark doesn't mean you can't use it. So this is registered for educational services, namely providing accredited continuing education courses in the field of positive image awareness, yada, 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 yada. This is what you're looking for. It's registered international classes of 041, all right, that's international, and US classes of 100, 101, 107. Okay, those are not 025 or 099 or 009. So far, so good. You know, you come down here and look at the current owner, Neuroscience Nursing Ltd. This is where they are. This is California. Now, if you weren't sure, if you still weren't sure, like, can I use this or not, you can go to your documents. Okay, so documents over here. We've already looked at the status and said this is not in the 025 category. But if you go to documents, you should be able to click on specimen. This is what they've submitted in order to get the trademark application. So go ahead and click that. And this right here is a specimen that they have submitted to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Somewhere in here, I'm assuming it says, see a nurse, thank a nurse. Right here. See a nurse, thank a nurse. So not clothing, not in the category of clothing, not in the category of pop sockets. But we are good to go here. Now, this is something you have to check for every single design that you put online. Every one. It's pain. It's a huge pain. I know it's a pain. I don't like doing it. You don't like doing it. But in order to keep our accounts safe, make sure everything is above board, and you're not getting Amazon sued, you need to be checking this stuff. Now, that being said, if you go back inside of Merch Informer, if you go underneath your name, click on the TM protection. That's going to install a little plugin up here called, I think it's this one, Merch by Amazon Trademark Protection, that we created, that's going to run your listing against the USPTO database, against what we were just checking, in a way that isn't super ugly and confusing. So let's go to Amazon here, and let's just type in funny nurse shirt. All right. Now, one thing you might notice while going through your Amazon search results is that, you know, you are not going to see very many Merch by Amazon shirts, if at all. They have started being completely removed from search. Now, that doesn't mean the designs are being removed from Merch by Amazon. They're just not in search because they're not selling them. So keep that in mind. We are going to find just a nurse shirt here so I can show you. Vaccines cause adults. All right, that's amazing and hilarious. So what this plugin is going to do, what I mainly use it for, is it shows up in the back end of Merch by Amazon before you publish. But I always like to do checks on Amazon itself. So I bring up a shirt, I click the Merch Informer trademark check, give it a minute here. This is quite a long result. It's going to go through line by line, sentence by sentence, phrase by phrase, and it's going to highlight the stuff that is trademarked. All right, so North Carolina here we see as a trademark. You can click that. It'll bring up the trademark, the serial number, the registration number, what type of mark it is. Text mark is live. The serial number is going to bring you to that TSDR page that I was just showing you. So you can come in here and go, okay, you know, North Carolina, goods and services, 025, right there. That's what I was talking about. 025, which means this is trademarked in clothing. All right, so we're going to say, hey, who owns this? The University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill owns this. So you don't want to be infringing against a university that has way more money than either of us. So you would not want to use this on a t-shirt. But point being here, Ann Arbor, they may have rights to that. Not sure. They're a very big brand. But always run this plugin against what is on Amazon. So point being, our shirt said qualified nurse. So let's just see if that's available. Qualified nurse. Shirt. Let's put shirt in there. Qualified PACU nurse. So here are some pretty ugly looking designs. We're going to click on that. If it's your design and I said it's ugly, I'm sorry. But let's go ahead and trademark check this real quick. Let's see here. This is not exactly a very nice listing. Let's go to this one. See if it works on this one. Some of these you're going to notice that it's not going to work on because the plugin was designed specifically for Merch by Amazon t-shirts. It looks like, yeah, nothing in here is trademarked. Okay, so that's good. That is good. So we know that nothing's trademarked. I showed you guys how that plugin worked. Let's quickly look at this design one more time. Now, while I've been babbling, hopefully you guys have actually made a design. Good, you're ready to go here. Qualified nurse, okay? So, let me open up the stream again. All right, so just to recap real quick. One, we had a design or we created a design. In my case, we actually changed a design to fit a specific niche. We did our trademark checks. So we looked through the USPTO. We looked through Amazon itself. Real quick, I just noticed this. There's only 10 results for qualified nurse shirt. All right, maybe if we just type qualified nurse. Now we have 79 results. So really low competition. But remember, Merch by Amazon has kind of removed a lot of the merch shirts from search. We've double checked all of our trademark stuff. So now we are good to go. Let me check comments here real quickly. Looks good, looks good. If I'm using common words like fly, should I worry? Oh, great question, Karen. So if you are doing the trademark checks like I showed you, you're going to see a lot of single word trademarks. All right, so let's just go up here to, I don't know, let's go back. Let's go back and let's type in, go back one more time. Let's type in fly like you mentioned. See if we can find one that's live. I don't know. Let's just take this one for example, okay? We'll click on the TSDR button. It'll bring us over to here. We see that this is a mark, so on and so forth. We'll go to goods and services. Now this one's for cell phone and battery chargers. If this were, so this is in 009. This is in the pop socket category, okay? If you see that it's trademark in the category and the word is trademark, now this might not be a word mark. Let's look at this. This is an illustration drawing. If this said word mark, all right, it wouldn't be an actual drawing. But if it said word mark and you come down here and you say, okay, 009, this is in pop sockets. Can I use the word fly on pop sockets? The next thing you'd want to do is go to documents and look at that specimen. It's a USB charging dongle, it looks like. You'd want to ask yourself, all right, if I put the word fly on a pop socket, would it cause any confusion with this product or whatever they are selling? In this case, absolutely not. You can use it all day long. At the end of the day, most single word trademarks, unless it's something big like Apple computers, Nike, stuff like that, you can use single word marks that are used in everyday speech like fly. So I wouldn't really worry about anything single word. You're basically looking for maybe a double word or a phrase. Anything like that, you definitely want to double check. Let's see, is the webinar going to be available for future viewing? Yes, I am saving it on the computer. We'll probably upload it, I don't know, later today, tomorrow, something like that. RJ, it's my design. Well, good. All right, so so we looked through all of that stuff. Let me close out some of this, some of this. Okay, we have a design. We've done our trademark checks. The next thing I want to go over, now this is what I do. I highly recommend you guys do it too, is you actually keep all of this stuff in a spreadsheet. All right, so before I started using spreadsheets, I would have just the most ridiculous looking folders you've ever seen, like hundreds, thousands of designs all over the place. Nothing was kept, in a proper list. So what would happen is I would upload to Merch by Amazon all my designs, right? I'm like, all right, everything's uploaded, everything's good to go. But then sometimes some things wouldn't sell and came down, so I didn't know what was up, what was not up, where they were on my computer. And this is going to play into uploading them to other marketplaces too. So we are going to put this in a spreadsheet. So I highly recommend, if you don't have Excel on your computer, you are going to go to Google Sheets. It's basically an online version of Excel, and it's very, very helpful. Now, we know that in order to list something on Merch by Amazon, what do we need? All right, the first thing you need is a title. All right, the second thing you need is a brand. So I'm just going to go ahead and make columns for each one of these. So title, brand, you have bullet point 1. You have bullet point 2. You have a description here. All right, what else do we have? Price. We have a price. All right, so title, brand, bullet point 1, bullet point 2, description, price. Oh, and then on the computer, we have an image path. So where on earth on the computer is this located? We are going to get to there. But this right here, this image path, is going to, 1, help you stay organized, and 2, help you upload it basically across the internet. So title, brand, bullet point 1, bullet point 2, description, price, image path. That's just what we use for Merch by Amazon. Now, we're going to get to this, but just, precursor, if you're uploading to other platforms, other marketplaces, sometimes they're going to require other things like tags. So I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, right click, insert one to the right. I'm actually going to put a tags column in here. But everything looks good now. Okay. So now let's actually get to keywording the listing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head back over to Merch Informer. I like to keyword my listings in 2 ways. All right. The first way is I'm going to look at what is on Amazon. What am I competing with? I'm going to find out what designs are in the place that I want to be in. The reason I do that, I'm not copying their keywords. I'm not copying their listing. I'm using the keywords in my own unique sentences, because those keywords, that got that product to number 1, number 2, wherever it's ranking. That's how the competition got into the place that I want to be in. So we're going to take a look at those, and then we're going to take a look at the keyword tool inside of Merch Informer to get a little bit more keywords, to look at the search volume and see how we can play this out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the Merch Hunter. If you are not familiar, this tool is pretty much invaluable. It's going to show you the best selling designs on Merch by Amazon at any given point. Now, I need to make it clear that Merch by Amazon is removing designs from search. So keep that in mind when we go through this, but I'm going to change a few filters here. I'm going to say, hey, show me the top 500 products. I'm going to say, hey, I want to see pretty much everything there is, 1 to 2 million BSR, so that's sales rank. Just a real quick down and dirty is the sales rank of 1 is going to be the best selling design in the clothing category. All right, a BSR of 2 million is probably sold once in the past month to 3 months, depending on the time period. This stuff is very, very fluid. We're going to keep the pricing the same. And remember here, let me just go back. Qualified nurse. So we have to think in terms of what is the main niche. Okay, the main niche is nursing. Yeah, you have koalas in there. Yes, it's a pun. Yes, it's a play on words. But the main niche that we're going after is, nurses who have a sense of humor. So the main niche is nursing. So we'll go in here, make this big so you guys can see it. And we'll come in here and we'll additional keywords. We'll just put nurse in here. All right. And we'll click search. We'll give this a few seconds to come back with the results. Bam, that was quick. And we'll come down here, we'll just see, hey, what is on Amazon, what is selling? Now, you'll notice that a bunch of the sales ranks are 0. This is because they've been removed from search. But they're still in our database here, and we're going to make use of that. So we'll come down here, and we'll say, all right, this one says CNA on it. If you guys can see, I'll just open these up so you guys can see them. This one says CNA. I would not use that little nursing medical symbol. That, I think, might be trademarked or copywritten, but you see it has no price here. Everything has kind of been removed. It's still on Amazon. People just aren't searching and finding it. So we can actually use this while we are going to keyword our listing here. But this one says it's for CNA, patriotic nurse, so on and so forth. Okay. Dialysis nurse squad. This one was doing very, very well. So we're going to go ahead and open that one. Women, she works willingly with her hands. That's a Bible shirt. I don't really know. Might be. It says nurse gift in the brand, so we'll go ahead and open that. Nurse estimated 2019. So these are really good, right? We'll open these. This one probably has nurse somewhere in here, but it has a bunch of other niches. We'll skip that. I became a nurse because your life is worth my time. Great design. Seen it a million times though. We'll go ahead and open that. Rosie the Riveter. I don't know if you can actually use that. Probably can't, but hey, we're not here to copy this design. We want to see what keywords they're using. So we can come down here and show features. All right, so here are the keywords. For this design, Rosie the Riveter, woman, nurse, t-shirt, t-shirt. So whoever did this might have been half brain dead when they uploaded it, because Amazon actually appends, t-shirt, hoodie, pop socket, all that stuff to the end of your listing. No need to put t-shirt, no need to put hoodie, no need to put any of that into your title. So remember, guys, we have over here our spreadsheet that we're going to create. The very first thing we need to do is a title. But before we actually create the spreadsheet, I want to open up a bunch of these shirts, and I want to look through them because I want to pull out certain keywords for this. So like RN, superhero, I wouldn't do this, but we're going to see if they have any keywords in there we can use. Faith, hope, love, yada, yada, let the beats rock. All right. So a lot of great designs out there in the nursing niche, right? So far, I haven't come across any koala ones. Trauma llama, alpaca, your wounds. It's a good one, too. So we have a bunch of these open. I'm going to go ahead and just make a notepad here, and I'm going to put in different keywords into this notepad. So this is the strategy that I use. I'll go through here. Typically, I'll do it right here inside of Merch Informer. I've opened up all of these tabs so that you guys can actually better see it. So we'll go to the first one, all right? what we're going to do is we're going to take the best-selling designs on Amazon, which you've already opened up, and we're going to pull out the keywords that are relevant to our design, okay? Now, again, this is our design right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Qualified nurse, okay? Get a good look at that. We're going to go back here. We're going to check this out. Now, is American flag related to a koala, a nurse, or a doctor in any which way? No, it is not. So we're not going to add that to our little bit list. CNA, no. Patriotic, no. Nurse, yes, but that's the main niche. 4th of July t-shirt, no. So, first we're going to look at the title. Next, we're going to look to the bullet points. Great U.S. patriotic. Let me just highlight this so you guys can see it. American pride for 4th of July, Independence Day, blah, 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 blah. Okay, none of that is really relevant to our design. Perfect gift for any American. Great wear for any occasion. Okay, so this is selling really well, or at least it was before Amazon kind of shut things down for the time being, but this is optimized very poorly. It's probably ranking because of the title, and that's it. So that doesn't really help us. Dialysis nurse squad. All right, dialysis nurse, nurse squad. We'll go ahead and put that in. I don't know if that's a good one, but we'll just note that down, right? No square. Nurse squad. All right, if I could spell it properly. Funny nurse's gift. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put that in there. Funny nurse's gift. Now, if you were to put funny nurse, right, not a plural, totally acceptable. It just really depends on how we're going to fit this stuff into sentence form. So let's keep going. Remember, Amazon adds this stuff like t-shirt to the end of your title, so no need to write that down. You don't actually want to write that down in your title. So we're going to move on to the bullet points. Nurse clothing featured the quote. So this is definitely not an English speaker, but nurse clothing. I like that. Nurse clothing. We'll go ahead and write that down. Now, ours is not about a dialysis nurse, right? It's about a qualified nurse. All right, makes a great Christmas gift or birthday present for mom, dad, uncle, blah, 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 who are working in healthcare system. All right, so we'll write down healthcare system. Now, that's not really a keyword that people are going to be searching for, but it's kind of a reminder to, hey, when you're doing your bullet points or your title, we can add that in there. So I just want to write that down. Birthday present for mom, dad, uncle, friends who are working healthcare. Click the brand name for other apparel. All right. That didn't help too much. Let's go to the next one. So this, all I see in here is nurse again. Main niche. Now, guys, I know that this is kind of boring. I typically go through this really fast when I'm trying to talk through it, so this is why it's a little bit drawn out. But basically what we're doing is we're just coming down here and looking at what keywords did they use. Now, this person has decided to not make this readable. Not a great customer experience, but they gave us a ton of different keywords here. Nurse, medicine, nursing, nurse life. I like nurse life. Let's put that in there. Nurse life. I'm going to move this over here. Nurse life, nurse lovers, nurse lovers. What else we got? Nurse tea. Now remember, we don't want to put tea in there. National Nurses Week. Is that even a thing? Might be. National Nurses Week. Does anyone know if National Nurses Week is an actual holiday? It totally might be, so that would be a really good keyword. Let's see. Registered nurse, RN. So RN, registered nurse. All good. Clinical nurses. Okay. They're basically just naming off a bunch of different nurses. Now, RN is probably the most popular here. Okay. So that is good for that one. Moving on. I don't want to do all of these because I don't want you guys sitting here all day. So let's just do a few more, and then we're going to move on to the second technique that I use in 1 second. So women's cute new nurse, estimated 2019. So we have a qualified nurse, not necessarily a new nurse. So I don't know if I want to add that to the spreadsheet. Let's keep going down here. Special t-shirt gift for nurse. So gift for nurse. We put in funny nurse's gift. So same thing. Amazon is very, very smart. They have a very good algorithm. So as long as you have one variation of a specific phrase. So funny nurse's gift, or gift for nurses. Amazon can figure out that those are related. They're pretty much the same thing. National Nursing Week 2020 is May 11th through May 17th. That is awesome news. So that's in what? A month and a half. So National Nurses Week. We are definitely good. So let me move this over here so you guys can see this. National Nurses Week. The last design we were looking at included that keyword, and normally I would look that up, but I'm looking at chat right now, and it looks like there is a National Nursing Week in 2020, May 11th through the 17th. So about a month and a half from now, if I don't have my dates wrong, which is awesome. That's something we can include and actually make sure we rank for. Maybe not on Merch by Amazon since it's shut down right now, but on other platforms ahead of time, ahead of schedule, so we get our National Nursing Week designs up, or designs that are related to nursing, before everyone else. That is how you win the game here. You're first. You want to have unique designs, show up first, and make sure they're all optimized. So let's see here. Special t-shirt. I think we just went through this one, or maybe not. Registered nurse, National Day nurse. Some of these shirts are not like, I mean, if you read this stuff out loud to yourself, it's really bad. That's what I always do, is I want my title and my bullet points to actually sound semi-coherent if I were to say it out loud. So let's just read this one out loud. Special t-shirt gift for nurse, registered nurse, and National Day nurse, graduation or birthdays then. Whoa, that is bad. I'm just going to be completely honest. That's bad. What you want to do is write a sentence that includes your keywords that sounds legible. All right, you want the customer to have a good experience. Now, is the customer going to say, hey, I don't want to buy this shirt because this person can't write proper English? Probably not. But Amazon is going to take in so many different metrics into account, including the keywords that you put in sentence form, including your title, including the sales velocity, including if you click back on this shirt, so many different things. So you want to make sure everything is done the best of your abilities. Great gift for your beloved nurse, your friends, and your partner. Funny nurse. So we have funny nurse's gift in here. So funny nurse, same sort of thing. So on and so forth. Okay, let's do one more. I know this is getting a little bit dry. And then we will continue to the next method here. So I became a nurse because your life is worth my time. Sunflower t-shirt. So they just repeated the same title. All right, gifts for nurse, funny nurse gifts for ER nurse, OB nurse, nurse practitioner, ICU nurse. All right, so let's put in ICU nurse down here, simply because I know that is hitting the news a lot lately. Those people are awesome. School nurse, RN. So RN, registered nurse. If no one is familiar with that term. Right here, they have registered nurse, student nurse, future nurse. Oh, man. So, okay. If you're taking one thing from looking at these, is that this kind of stuff does work. But as soon as Amazon catches up and realizes that, hey, their entire catalog is filled with a bunch of keyword stuffing, which technically is against their terms of service, I don't know if this stuff will get hit or not. But what I know is that if I put it in sentence form and it's readable, that I'm not going to have to go back through and change all this stuff at a later time. All right. Let's just say that that's good. I'm going to close out all these Amazon things. You guys could, if you're following along, which I hope you are, in whatever kind of t-shirt you created, first, go through and do exactly what I just did in your specific niche. Now, the second thing I'm going to do is you want to go to the keyword finder over here, left-hand side. This is great for if you have no idea what you want to do. So if you haven't created a design yet, and you're like, hey, I wonder what kind of niches I can create a design for. Keyword finder. Or if you have just started your Merch by Amazon journey, you're like, okay, I have this design, in which case we do. What keyword should I put in the title, in the bullet points? Keyword finder. Okay, so we're going to head over to the keyword finder. You want to click on search. Now, I've actually gone ahead and already searched for the keyword nurse. Now, what this is going to do is going to show you a ton of different keywords and phrases It's going to show you what category these keywords and phrases are showing up under. So it's going to include keywords and phrases from Amazon Autosuggest. Amazon Autosuggest is what Amazon is going to suggest you when people are typing in partial phrases, because they know that those are going to lead to more sales. It's also going to pull keywords from, the top keywords in the niche and keywords that are on some of the top sellers. It's going to combine all of that information. It's going to give you some critical information here as well, such as Amazon search volume, which we came out with a few weeks ago. This took a lot of time. So if you search a keyword here, it's going to take a little bit. Let it come back with all the results. It's going to be based on the keyword and sales velocity of these keywords, and we're going to run that against all the data that we have, which is a lot for sales, to come up with a very, very, very close Amazon search volume. So you know how many times this stuff is being searched for on Amazon, because the last thing you want to do is include a keyword that gets 0 searches a month, right? That's not helping you. It's not helping you rank. It's basically just wasting your time. So we're taking a two-step approach here. One, we're finding all the keywords that got competitors into the spots that we want to be at. Now, I know there's a ton of people out there, oh, you're stealing keywords, you're blah, 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 blah. You're not stealing keywords, okay? You're taking keywords and you're putting them into your own unique listings. It's just like if Ford is to make a car, do you think GM is going to go, I don't want to see what their car is, I'm just going to stick in my own little bubble? No. They're going to say, hey, what's Ford doing? What can we do better? That's the technique we're using here. Number two, we're coming in here and we're actually looking at the data, looking at keywords that Merchant Form is going to pull back and say, hey, what is actually being searched for? Like, what can I include in my title and my bullets and everything to get in front of the right audience? So we're going to come through here, and it's going to pull a ton of different results here. You can sort this data by Amazon search volume. You can sort it by Google search volume, so depending on what you're doing here. Cost per click, this is cost per click on Google, not Amazon. Competition is the competition of ads. So if you have high competition ads, chances are there's money there, okay? Otherwise, people wouldn't be running a bunch of ads for it. So what I like to do is I do a search, which I've already done here, and we're going to scroll through the results and pick and choose different keywords that, again, are related to the design we're going to do. So it might take a bit, but let's go through here. All right, nurse work bag, nurse white shoes. Yep, but see, nurse white shoes is showing up in the clothing, shoes, and jewelry category. It's one category. It's really, really large. We're looking for stuff that makes sense in the clothing only category. We're not here selling shoes and jewelry. So nurse Valentine shirt. So right there, if I didn't already have a design, I'd be like, all right, that's getting some searches. Maybe I can actually create a design on that. But it's not really relevant to our specific design. Nurse uniform dress. We're not doing dress. Nurse uniforms women. No. Nurse t-shirt. Okay, so nurse t-shirt's getting about 4,000 searches a month, but we don't want to include the word t-shirt in our listing because Amazon automatically does that. Nurse tops. All right, this one I like. 65,300 searches. Now, I'm going to add this over here, nurse tops. But let me make a note here. For nurses looking for nurse tops, they're more than likely looking for scrubs. Okay, so we don't want to make, if we put nurse tops anywhere in our listing, we don't want to confuse the customer thinking that, hey, this is a scrub top. Okay, it's a funny shirt. Keep that in mind when we cycle back and start actually writing out these listings. Let's keep going here. Nurse gifts. All right, so let's bring over here. Did we put nurse gifts in here? We did. We put funny nurse's gift. I'm going to just take out the S, okay? So nurse gift right here gets 20 nurse gifts. Funny nurse gifts. We're going to make that a plural, okay? 23,900 searches a month on Amazon. Now, they might not be looking just for t-shirts. There's a lot of other things you can gift a nurse, but that gets a bunch of searches. If you can rank for that keyword, eventually, not right away, it's going to take some time, you're going to be making a lot of money, right? I mean, if you can rank for a search term that gets 23,900 searches a month, chances are you're going to be selling quite a few designs on Amazon. So Let me open that back up here, move it over, and let's keep going. Nurse scrubs, we're not selling scrubs. We're not selling shoes. Nurse shirt, again, we don't want to put shirt in there because we want to describe the design, who it is good for. So let's just keep going. Nursery essentials, we don't have a nursery here. Nurse pin. Now, there are some POD platforms out there you can sell pins. So keep that in mind, but we're not going to add that, just thought I'd throw that in there. Nurse pants, nurse outfit. All right, nurse outfit. I'm going to add that. Nurse outfit. We add that. Again, we don't want to throw the customer off. All right, but if we put it in a way where it would make sense in our bullet points, maybe we can add that because it gets about 6,000 searches a month. Let's keep going down. Nurse organizer, nurse outfit lingerie. Now that is a strange niche. I don't know. I have some funny like lingerie t-shirts. All right, those sell well if anyone is thinking about new niches to put up. Let's see. Clogs, scrubs. So basically all I'm doing here is I'm scrolling through, I'm looking for relevant results. These are all going to be in the clothing, shoes, and jewelry categories. But our job as sellers is to actually go through the data, pick out what makes sense, and then put it all together. Let's see. What do we got? Nurse lingerie. So there you go. Apparently that is a niche. Nurse life shirt. Nurse life. All right. So remember, we're not going to put shirt in there, but I like nurse life. And what would you know? We already pulled that one out of a best-selling t-shirt. So what does that tell you? It tells you, one, you pulled this nurse life keyword out of a bestseller, so you know that that's getting, some results for that specific t-shirt. Then when we came in here and we actually looked at the data, nurse life shirt, it gets 230 searches a month. So we know that this is kind of a long tail keyword in a sense that is pushing that listing up. Every time it gets a sale for that small keyword, nurse life, or nurse life shirt, if you put nurse life in your bullet points, Amazon's automatically going to put t-shirt at the end, so it will also rank for nurse life shirt. Every time you get a sale from that keyword, it's going to push you higher and higher up the results for the big niche, for the big nursing niche. So you'll be able to actually make sales for smaller keywords and have ranking for the harder to rank for keywords. That's the whole strategy here. So let me move this across. Nurse life long sleeve shirt, or nurse long sleeve shirt. Okay, nurse life t-shirt. So same sort of thing here. There's pages and pages of this stuff. Nurse kit, nurse jacket, nurse joy. All right, I'm not really sure why that gets so many searches. Nurse items, nurse hoodie. So I mean, nurse here is the overarching niche, and it's getting a lot of sales. Let me swing back to the comments here real quick. Let's see. National Nursing Week. My search said it's May 6th to the 12th. Okay, so National Nursing Week, just going back to what we were talking about earlier, is sometime in May. We'd have to search for that. Maybe the Canadians have a different week. I don't know. National Nurses Week. All right. Often merch by Amazon shirts appear only on the second or third page of search results. Isn't it better to take keywords from the first search results page, not necessarily merch by Amazon shirts? Okay, so the reason that I'm doing this search inside of Merch Informer is one, that's going to be taking just the merch by Amazon results, and those are the results you want to take keywords from. The reason why is that when you're selling on merch by Amazon, think about this. Amazon is the seller of record, right? So Amazon is going to be the one printing and shipping the shirt. We all know that. But the reason why that's important is, one, the shirts get the Prime badge. Okay, so they ship out faster than FBM, which is fulfillment by merchant. That's a lot of the shirts you're going to see up on Amazon right now, especially with merch kind of shut down. So you're going to get the Prime badge. But Amazon is also going to favor themselves, right? Because every time we sell an item, Amazon makes money. They make more money off of us selling an item through merch by Amazon than FBM sellers selling an item, because they're taking care of everything. So, like it or not, Amazon is going to place merch shirts higher than all the FBM shirts, depending on a lot of factors. But that's why I specifically pull all my keywords and things from just the Merch by Amazon shirts, is because Amazon likes to favor themselves every single time. As soon as I get good at selling, Amazon merch shuts down. Yeah, that is a fact of life. It's hurting all of us, so I know it hurts. Once we get done keywording this listing here, I'm going to show you how we can actually take all the listings we have and upload them to other platforms, because there are still platforms that are available and have an audience that isn't necessarily shopping on Amazon. Why is Amazon category column when they're just all clothing, shoes, and jewelry? So occasionally you're going to see a different category popping in here. It just depends on the results that bring back. But this is also here to kind of remind you, hey, this is in the proper category that we as sellers are selling in. Okay, I think you just answered it. Okay. I think I'm caught up on comments. If at any time you're confused, want me to answer something, drop them in comments. Appreciate all you guys being here. We've already been live for an hour. I feel like we're maybe halfway through, but let's keep going. So let's just quickly go down these results here. Nurse gifts. All right, that's a big one. Where did I put that sheet? I have 1.5 million sheets open. So we have nurse life. I don't think we put nurse gifts in here. Nurse gifts. Okay, I like that one. It gets a ton of searches. All right, nurse gifts, funny. So what I'm noticing, I saw a comment, a ways back talking about, why don't you add like cute and funny, like descriptor keywords? We are going to make use of those. I don't think, now this is just kind of my own thought process, I don't think that really has too much influence over ranking unless someone is specifically searching for the long tail phrase, because pretty much everyone watching this probably is adding, if it's a joke t-shirt, is adding like funny knit shirt. Everyone is writing down funny, so at some point it kind of like saturates itself, but we'll get to that. Nurse gift ideas, that's not bad. Funny nurse gift, we'll just put nurse gift ideas. All right, I think we have enough keywords. Does everyone think we have enough keywords to actually create this listing here? I hope so. All right, let's head back over to our spreadsheet. So we have title. Well, let's just make these a little bigger. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a price in here. Number one, $19.99. That's the average price of a shirt. What I would recommend, now I know you can't do it right now, you can't upload a merch by Amazon. If you've watched me talk about pricing at any point, at any time, I usually kind of harp on this subject. I price to the niche, right? So if I see a bunch of nursing shirts, let's just go back to the Merch Hunter. I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. Nurse. Search. All right. Let's bring back the results here. All right, so I'll take this. I'll look at the average. Well, oh man. So the lowest price is 0. So this is, with Merch by Amazon removing all this stuff from search, this is all going to be skewed. If you were looking at this during normal operating Merch by Amazon hours, you'd come in here and you'd look at the average price, which is not going to be $1.87. But you can come down here and look. This one's selling $15.99, $14.99, $15.91. Looks about like $15 to $16 depending. Okay. That's probably what I would price my shirt at on Amazon. Doesn't mean I'm going to price it the same on Etsy. Doesn't mean I'm going to price it the same on Redbubble. It's all really going to depend on the niche and on the platform. But I'm going to go ahead and just put $19.99 here. All right. So let me open that up one more time. Here are all our keywords. We have title, brand, and some bullet points in the description. So let's start with the brand. I used to, a long time ago, take the brand and make it very specific and put keywords in there. I no longer do. I try to come up with something that is actually, that actually sounds like a brand. So that's related to the niche, right? Because the last thing you want to do is put in like a very girly brand name and have it carrying like hardcore biker apparel. right? You have a serious disconnect there. So I always split this stuff up by brand. So what does everyone think I should put as a brand in here that's related to nursing that actually sounds like a brand name? Any suggestions? Drop them in the comments. Meanwhile, I'm going to answer some comments here. That makes sense. Yes. Can we watch this live stream later on YouTube? You should be able to. If not, I will re-upload it. I'm actually saving it to my computer, so it will be available to re-watch. All right, so for the brand, I'm not seeing any suggestions, so I'm going to go ahead and come up with something. So let's see. I need some. This is typically hard to come up with off the top of my head while I'm on a live video. So come up with a brand. Let's see. Nurse Apparel. Nurse Apparels. Put a Z on it. I don't know. Does anyone have a better suggestion? I mean, the brand itself typically sounds like it needs to sound like an actual brand. So I don't like Nurse Apparel. That sounds awful. Nurse Apparel are us. Nurse Apparel. Nurse Design Co. I mean, there you go. That's pretty simple, straight to the point. I didn't really spend much time on it. If you guys have any other suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to go with this. Nurse Design Co. I'm going to add a period in there. There you go. That sounds like an actual company. All right, the next thing here is the title. So I'm just going to do what I do for all of my titles. So it is, here is kind of the strategy. I've written about this on the Merchant Former blog, but I say, what is on the shirt plus keyword / phrase. That's all I do. Okay, you need to keep the title is the most important piece of the entire equation. So if you put what is on the shirt, again, let's open this up. It says qualified nurse. Okay, so we're gonna take this. So what is on the shirt? Qualified nurse. Now here we're gonna swing back to that other question I saw earlier, which was, do you add funny? Yes, I am going to put funny at the very beginning. Funny, qualified nurse, plus a keyword or phrase. So let's bring up our, where am I putting everything? Let's bring this up. All right, so funny, qualified nurse, and then we have to figure out a keyword or phrase to put after that. RN, we have registered nurse, funny, qualified nurse. Let's see, nurse gift ideas, nurse squad, funny nurse gifts, funny qualified nurse. I'm going to say pun at the end of this, right? Because a koala-fied is a pun. So funny qualified nurse pun. And then we're going to pick out a keyword or phrase. I'm leaning towards registered nurse or funny nurse gifts. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? So funny qualified nurse pun or nurse registered nurse. Yeah, let's go with that. Funny qualified nurse pun, registered nurse, and we're going to add gifts up here. Okay. Registered nurse gift. All right. We'll make that a little bit bigger. So funny qualified nurse pun, registered nurse gift. See how I can say that out loud and I don't like jumble over my words and I'm super confused about it? So right here, we put in funny, but qualified nurse is what is on the t-shirt. Okay? Pun, we just decided to add because it's relevant to the design. So what is on the design? It's a funny qualified nurse pun. Very, very simple. Then we add a phrase or two at the very end. Make sure it's not super spammy. Funny qualified nurse pun, that's what's on the design. So you could put like a little separator here, okay? Registered nurse gift, that's a keyword. We look at our keyword list here. We have funny nurse gift, so we put funny at the beginning. You can split this stuff up. Amazon is smart enough where they'll be able to understand it. We put registered nurse, so we took this one off the table. All right, so let's see. We took registered nurse off the table. We took funny nurse gifts. We put nurse gift here. Okay, we took this one off the table. So we're two keywords in. What else do we have? Nurse gift ideas, nurse gifts. We basically took this one off the table because we included nurse gift in it. Title looks good. right? Let me look at the comments here real quick. Nurse for US. Yeah, so for the brand, I think we're going back to the brand. Nurse for US does not sound like a brand name. Ignatius says Nurse Wears. I like that a lot. Nurse Wears. Now that might be trademark. Let's just go back and check real quick. So again, I'm back on the USPTO website. I'm just going to search this. USPTO tests. We'll go back in here real quick. Nurse Wears. Cool, good to go. I like it. Let me see. Back to the spreadsheet. One more question. Would you add koala? So, yes, you would, and I added it right here because it's what is on the t-shirt, right? So let's go back to this. It says qualified nurse, right? Part of this qualified is koala right here. All right, so that is actually in the title here. So koala is right there. We are probably going to add koala again to the bullet points. But this right here is a pretty good title, I think. And thank you to Ignatius over here. Nurse Wears, that's a really good brand name. Like, I like that a lot. All right, we have a price in here. We have 2 bullet points, okay? The most important part of the entire listing is going to be your title. After the title, your brand is a little bit important, but it's going to be your bullet points, okay? So title, if you just were to fill out one thing on your listing, you'd want it to be the title. That's going to be the most important, but the bullet points are going to be the second most important, and the description is not going to help you ranking at all on the PC. It's going to show up, though, when you are looking on a mobile phone, so keep that in mind. All right, so for the bullet points, remember what I've been harping about for a while now. They need to be in sentence form. So let's open our little notepad here again. All right, so here are our keywords. The whole point of the bullet point is to basically say, like, hey, why should someone get this shirt? It's a chance to actually sell them on the idea. So let's just start off with this funny koala. Now, to your point, I saw in the comments, we're going to put koala in there. Koala pun design. We don't want to say t-shirt. All right, because if you put t-shirt in there, it's not going to work for sweatshirts or long sleeves or pop sock. It's going to throw you off. Amazon doesn't want that. They want proper product listing. So we're going to say this funny koala pun design. Let's see. Now we want to add in a keyword. What should we use? Is a great nurse gift idea for the RN that you know at the hospital. This funny koala pun design is a great nurse gift idea for the RN that you know at the, maybe we'll put in local hospital. All right, so let me just read that out loud one more time just to make sure that when I say it out loud, I'm not like stumbling over my words. This funny koala pun design is a great nurse gift idea for the RN that you know at the local hospital. See how that makes sense? You know, proper English. We said great nurse gift. Is a great nurse gift idea. Okay, so we can pull that keyword out. We put RN up there. Now, in my listings, I typically like to target 3 to 4 different keywords. You use any more, it starts to get really jumbled up and doesn't, sound great at all. Back to the comments here. Let's see. Hey, Neil, what I would be interested in, how can you do this? What you show us now in high speed for a lot of shirts. Esha, you want to go through what I'm doing for each individual shirt and add them to a spreadsheet, and then you can actually reuse them down the line or change out some of the keywords you're using if you were to repurpose that design. At one point, did you say not to put the same word twice as nurse and twice in your title? I certainly may have. That being said, there is something to be said about keyword relevancy. As long as you're not spamming and putting nurse, 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 you can reuse it where it makes sense. Like, as long as what you're saying makes sense, it's not spammy, reusing it can help you occasionally. So it really just comes down to saying it out loud to yourself, making sure it makes sense, making sure it's relevant to your design, and then you can reuse it. As you're going to see for the second bullet point, I do reuse part of the title. Let's see here. That I was a waste of space. No, I think what well, I'm not sure exactly, Matt, when I said that. What I think is a waste of space is when we were going back and looking at what is on Amazon. When people just sit there and they say, great gift for brother, comma, sister, comma, aunt, comma, uncle, comma, perfect gift for Halloween, comma, Christmas, like that right there is a complete and utter waste of space for sure. Like, you don't need to list out every single person that it would be a great gift for. This that I literally just came up with off the top of my head is, it's a great nurse gift idea for the RN that you know, or that, how about we say that works at the local hospital. That sounds a little bit better, I think. That works at the local hospital or healthcare clinic. So we took healthcare system and we just put healthcare clinic. So we'll get rid of that one too. All right, gotcha. I copy your same way. Okay. Yeah, Matt, I here's the thing. Like, when I'm doing these videos and I'm doing these listings, I might alter what I do each and every time. But that being said, like, the same sort of overarching ideas still apply. You want to be relevant. You don't want to repeat yourself 100 times where it looks bad. You want to put this stuff in sentence form, and you want it to make sense when you say it out loud. Now, if you repeat a keyword, if you take your title and you put it in your second bullet point, is that going to hurt you? No, it's not, because as long as you did your title proper the first time, if you put it in a bullet point, perfectly fine. So let's just say that's bullet point 1. Let me bullet point 1, just so we can see it. For now, I'm going to say, hey, that is great, and I'm going to just copy it and paste it in there. All right. Gotta find it again. I have way too many things open, so sorry about that. Okay. Now we need to do bullet point 2. Bullet point 2. So we've used like 1, 2, 3, 4. We've used like 5 keywords already. Some of them are related to each other, so I don't necessarily want to put in too many other keywords that don't make sense. There's 2 ways to do this. What I used to do is take the title and I copy and paste the title and I'd say, hey, title of the shirt makes a great gift for friends and family. I started doing that after, so if you guys have been watching me do these videos for a while, like years ago, I'd always tell people to order a size up because the sizing on Amazon is god-awful, and I used to get a lot of bad reviews for the sizing. Amazon said that was okay, and then they changed it. This is no longer acceptable. Don't do it. But I had to go through and edit like tens of thousands of designs and shirts I put up because every single one of them said that. So I don't do the sizing thing anymore. I will either do the title of the shirt is a great gift for friends and family, just so I get the title in there, because remember, again, the title is the most important part, or I will write a completely new sentence. So it's up to you guys. What do you want me to do for this example? Either or works for me. What do you guys want me to do on this one? I'll probably write a new sentence. How about that? Let's do a new sentence here. I gotta come up with something. This funny koala pun design is a great nurse gift idea for that RN that works at the local hospital or healthcare clinic. If you or someone you love is celebrating National Nursing Week. Now, we're saying National Nursing Week, and we have National Nurses Week. We're just essentially changing this keyword ever so slightly. Same thing, it'll rank for both of these in order to fit it into the sentence. So it makes sense, so it's actually readable. So if you or someone you love is celebrating National Nursing Week or is currently stuck in the ICU, grab your favorite nurse this gift today. All right. Matt says, I always do, the title is a great gift for friends and family. That's usually what I will do too. So here, let's do 2 variations of this, okay? Let's do bullet point 2. If I could type here, bullet point 2. So I would probably come in here, copy this, put it in here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Funny qualified nurse pun. Actually, let's remove that because that's not supposed to be there. Registered nurse gift. I might actually remove gift. Registered nurse design makes a great gift for friends and family. So this is 2 ways. I do both of these. All right. It just depends on what I'm feeling that day, what it's looking like. You'll see in this second variation here, I included a few more keywords. I said, if you or someone you love is celebrating National Nursing Week or is currently stuck in the ICU, grab your favorite nurse this gift today. Okay, readable. I added some new keywords in there. It's related to the shirt. Maybe instead of if you or someone you love is celebrating National Nursing Week or is currently stuck in the ICU, let's see, make them laugh with this gift today. Since it is a joke, make them laugh with this joke gift today. Something like that, right? So it's related to the shirt. Or if you don't want to do a new sentence and you're feeling like, hey, I really nailed it on the title there, you can just do this method, which is take the title and then add is a great gift for friends and family, right? I changed the title slightly because I don't want to add gift, right? No one, it reads poorly. So I said, hey, the title of the shirt, the design on the shirt makes a great gift for friends and family. So either or works. You can do either or. They both work. They both work really, really well. And this is what I've been doing for the past couple years. So I know this stuff works. Either one you want to do will get you in front of the right people. It's just you need to make sure if you're doing this method that your title is really good. You got the main keywords in there and that it's going to rank. If not, and you're like, hey, I think I can add some more keywords without sounding spammy, put them down here. Let's see, comments. Make them laugh with this nurse outfit today. Make them laugh with this. Yeah, I like that a lot better. With this nurse outfit today. There. Related. Got some keywords in there. Everything's good to go. So I'm actually going to take this one because I like that variation better. And we're going to go to bullet point 2 here. All right, paste it in there. So you can see right here. Here's the bullet point. I'm going to fix the title because I put this in here just describing how that works. So we have a title, brand, bullet point 1, bullet point 2, description, price, tags, and image path. Okay. Hey, Jacob, how's it going? How's it going? All right. So you'll notice we have the title done, the brand done. I love that brand. Thank you for the guy or girl who mentioned it. Bullet point 1, bullet point 2 is done. So the description. A lot of people spend way too much time on this description. I spend almost no time on this description. So what I will do for the description point is I will take my first bullet point, all right, and I will just copy and paste it in the description. The reason I do that is because the description is not used for ranking your product for keywords. It's not used at all. What it is used for is when you're on a mobile phone and you're scrolling through Amazon, that's going to show up as the meta description, right? And if you took that bullet point, as you see here, it's a great gift for an RN that works the. So you're taking that bullet point to kind of sell the customer on, hey, you want this design, right? You want it. If that's going to show up in the meta description right below the title on a mobile phone, I think that's a great place to put it. So I'll just copy and paste my first bullet point into the description. Easy as that. Easy as that. Let's see. Keyword 1, design makes a great gift for keyword 2 or keyword 2 lover. That could work as well, Michael. What do you do when what you have on the design is too long for the title or for your strategy, or adding a keyword. Okay, so let's say you have one of those designs. Those sell really well on Amazon. I think I know what you're talking about. The typical Merch by Amazon design that's like a bunch of curly looking text about this long. What I will do is, instead of putting everything that's on the design into the title, I'll split it up and I'll take like the main niche of the title and I'll put that into the title. So if it says like, you know, I'm a marathon runner and on mile 13 I never give up, blah 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 blah, I might just say, you know, motivated marathon running, or motivated marathon runner, and then I would add the next keyword phrase, right? Like, without it in front of me, it's kind of hard to think of on the fly, but I would take the main niche, the main purpose of the shirt, like who is it for, and I would put that in the title, because the title is the most important part. Description is important for keyword ranking, isn't it? Yeah, so the description isn't important for ranking on Amazon. It shows up in the meta description on Amazon, but when it comes to ranking in Google, if that is your purpose, if ranking in Google for specific keywords is your purpose, make this description a lot longer, like 1,000 characters long, all right? If not, and you don't care about Google traffic, you can do what I did here. You will eventually rank for different keywords on Google if you do this method. It just might take a lot longer depending on what keywords you put down there. All right, so we have 2 more things left, right, for this design. It's pretty much done for Merch by Amazon. You know, we have title, brand, bullet points, description, put a price in there. The reason for this is to stay organized, okay? Merch by Amazon doesn't use tags. But if you're uploading to other platforms like Redbubble, for example, they do use tags, or Spreadshirt. You can add in some tags in here, so you might just go through. Again, if I can find it, there's your tags right there, right here. All the keywords that you just spent all that time doing, those are your tags. So you can enter these in here. You know, you could just put in like nurse life, comma, nurse lovers, comma, National Nursing Week, comma, ICU, nurse, comma, you know, so on and so forth, nurse tops. Really, really, really simple. Okay. Last thing we need to do here, and then I'm going to move over on how you can actually upload this stuff to other platforms, because that is pretty much what I'm doing right now, because Merch by Amazon shut down. So, in order to get this image pad, if you're on a PC, I don't have a Mac in front of me, so I think I did a video on that. If not, let me know and I will do one. I have a Mac laying around somewhere. If you're on a PC, it's really easy to do. So I'm going to move this over here. You guys can see the screen. So Koala Nurse. Let's say I shoved this in a folder somewhere. I actually put it in this folder, but I want to get a design path. So the path of where this is on the computer. All I'm going to do is I'm going to select Shift on the keyboard, right click, come down to where you see Copy as Path. All right. Now I'm going to come back over here, and I'm just going to paste that in there. Okay. Now there's one thing you have to do. This is the design path for the design on the computer, but it's got quotations around it. Just go ahead and remove those. Okay. Quotes removed. So I know that took a while. It's probably me talking a lot, but you'd want to do this one line for every single shirt that you create. This is going to keep you organized. It's going to have all your stuff in one place, and it's also going to allow you to upload this stuff to other platforms. So let me swing by the comments real quick. Anyone has any questions at all, drop them down in the comments, please, so I can clarify anything. I'm going to go through the comments, and then we're actually going to start using the single upload interface. So let me go through the comments here. Why not just paste the title, bullet point, and bullet point 2 in the description? Yeah, so you could do that too. I mean, you could paste both of them in the description. I don't, because I don't always think that it makes sense. Like, if they're a little bit staggered and you paste both of them into the description, it doesn't always necessarily read well. But since each bullet point should read well on its own, that's why I do just one of them. Click and copy, generated based on your title, brand, and bullets. Okay. If there's any other questions, and then we are going to use the single upload interface. Let's see here. Let me open it up. Okay. All right, there's no other questions. This is what you guys want to do. Oh, I see one question. Was that Qualia Vector supposed to be in the Merge Vector pack? If so, I don't have it. No, that is just a design I got back like many weeks ago that I have not uploaded anywhere. So I thought that I would actually go and do that on a brand new design literally off the top of my head so that you guys can kind of follow along with the process. I also had a column for Teespring title because I believe it only allows 40 characters. Yeah, so what we're going to get to is uploading all this stuff to other platforms. You are right. So if you're uploading this stuff to Teespring specifically, they only allow 40 characters in the title. So this is what I want you guys to do. The first thing, you actually want to download this sheet. So let's give this a name. We'll call it SUI spreadsheet. If I can spell here, spreadsheet. 2020 is the year of the nurse and midwife as well as the area of forms. Year of the nurse, I like it. Okay, so anyways, guys, the reason I had you do this in Google Sheets is because I've seen a lot of people trying to create this through Excel and messing it up. Once you create this in Google Sheets, exactly what I did, following the process with your own designs, go to File, go to Download, all right, and download as a comma separated values. That's .csv, all right? So click on Download. It'll download it to your computer. I'm going to minimize this real quick. Find that and put it right here, all right? Make sure we have all of that. It's good to go. Okay. Now, if you were doing this for real and you don't have just one design in, this is probably going to have like 100 designs in it, right? Or maybe 1,000 designs, 1,000 designs. Following the same thing. You put in the work once, you go through, you create the spreadsheet one time, and then you have it forever to reuse over and over and over again. Everywhere, you can make modifications to it. You can come in here and change the keywords. All right, one of the things I like to do and that I'm testing right now, just as a random side point, you can upload this stuff via Seller Central on other products by changing all these keywords in here, okay? So there's a lot you can do by creating this CSV file. Very, very, very important. I see another comment. Let's see, this might be something for another webinar. Do you use any automated method for doing all the shirts, like researching keywords first and then putting them into listing templates? No. So, Esha, I think that's really important, is that it's crucial that you guys get the keywording down properly. If you don't do it and you use automated methods for keywording your stuff, like, you're not going to rank. Like, if me and you are competing and I'm going through here and actually spending some time finding the right keywords, keywording my process, and all you're doing is like, hey, I'm going to shove a keyword here and here, and good enough, like, I will beat you every time. Every time. So, yeah, this process does take a while, but highly recommended you do it because you only do it once. Once you've done it once, you have it there, and you can reuse it every which way. All right, so we downloaded this as a CSV file right here. Remember, we downloaded it as a .csv. We went to File, download .csv. Anything else? No, don't do that. .csv. All right, back inside of Merchant Former. Now, we can't upload this stuff to Merch by Amazon right now. It's a pain. I know it's a pain. I feel it the same as you guys do. So instead of sitting here and going, oh, you know, I'm not going to work on my business, I'm not going to do anything, I have taken the approach, as much as this kind of pains me and pains you guys, I'm going to do what I can do. Now, it's not much. I know that the virus is basically shutting down everything, but we can focus on uploading these to platforms that are still currently open, okay? Maybe there's not too many sales going on there now. Maybe there are. But I know that when everything gets back to normal, there are millions and millions of buyers on other platforms that don't necessarily shop on Merch by Amazon. Shop on Amazon, right? Etsy, Teespring, Redbubble, Spreadshirt. we're going to use Printful. So what Printful does is it uploads this stuff to a bunch of different marketplaces that you can set up, but we're specifically going to set it up with Etsy. I'm going to run you through all this stuff. So log into Merchformer. You should already be logged in. Click on the single upload interface here. You have a Windows or a Mac version, and download that to your computer and install it. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to install that, and then we'll come back and actually get started here. So while we're waiting for people to install that, if they don't have it installed, there are quite a few people watching this. Any questions? Anything about Merch by Amazon? Any questions? Any clarifications that I can give you guys? I would be happy to answer. Anything at all. I really do appreciate you all staying around. I know this is a long one, but there is a lot to cover. And sorry again for the technical issues at the very beginning. I couldn't get the YouTube stream to go live on the one that we had scheduled, so we created a new one real quick. All right. Okay. If there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So hopefully you have downloaded this to your computer. You've installed it. Log in with your Merchantformer credentials. And let me just minimize this and bring this up and bring it over here. And hopefully you guys should be able to see that. So close this. This right here is going to be the single upload interface that we have created. And it's going to allow you to take what we just did, is creating that CSV file, and upload your designs onto products that we don't have access to on Merch by Amazon. So right now, through Merch by Amazon, we have, t-shirts, we have hoodies, long sleeves, pop sockets. I think their goal is to offer everything eventually, but right now, there's just millions of people that are looking for stickers, all right, leggings, stuff like that, and we can actively sell them to that customer base if we had the time to upload all of this stuff to the other platforms. So that's what I'm going to be going over here. I do see a few questions coming in, so let me hit those up. Do you think the BSR will be the same? No. I did a video the other day. I should post that on the blog. Sales rank is going to change, right? So sales rank is a fluid. It moves dependent on what in the category is selling. We can't currently sell Merch by Amazon t-shirts, but there are sellers in the clothing category, FBM, fulfillment by merchant sellers, that are actively selling. Okay, so those sales ranks are going to drop while everything else kind of moves backwards. So no, it's not going to go away or be the same. Let's see. I'm glad for the single upload interface. Having difficulty setting up myself. Thanks for the info. Why is this manual method is better? Not get that you can reuse a part. Yeah, Esther, we're going to go over the reusing it right now. Appreciate you doing this. Looking forward to most of them. Have a go, and Karen. Yeah, this will be recorded so you can come back and follow along. Let's jump right into it. This is going to allow you to upload to these services: Printful, Teespring, Redbubble, and Spreadshirt. Now, if you're familiar with any of these, you know that they offer a ton of products. Printful has, I think, 193 products. Teespring and Redbubble have over 30, and Spreadshirt is somewhere over 200. They all offer a ton of different things. So we already did the hard work. I'm going to go through and show you how to set this up. We created this spreadsheet, right? So we're going to go ahead and upload this spreadsheet here. So give me 1 second to find it. All right. What did I call this? Sheet 1. Yep. Okay. I just load it right in there. All right. So what this did is it opened a window on another screen I have, and it's going to load all that information in that we just filled out: title, brand, bullet points, description, price, tags, and image path. Okay. The only way this is going to work right here is we have headers in here. So let's move it over here. These are headers. Okay. If this didn't say title, brand, and it just started with the design, you'd want to just upload a CSV. But we upload it with headers because that's what we created. Since we added in the image path here, we can go ahead and skip the images table. Okay. The images table is if you have no idea how to do this image path. This can get a little bit messy, so if you can do the image path, I highly suggest you do so. So we uploaded this, everything is good to go, and now let's pick a service. You guys pick. What do you want to upload to? I think I'm just going to do one because this video is getting quite long, and show you guys how to do this. Anyone, which service should I pick here? Printful, Teespring, Redbubble, and Spreadshirt. Which one do you want me to go over? The process for all of them is very, very, very similar. It's very similar, so if you can do one of them, you can do all of them, I promise. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick because I don't see anyone dropping a comment here. Let's go over. Oh, now I see him. Let's see. I guess there's a lag. Printful, Redbubble. Everyone's got a new. All right, we'll go over a few of them. How's that? Let's start with Printful. I see more Redbubbles than anything. Let's start with Redbubble. All right. So let me just set this back to what it normally looks like. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So this is what it's going to look like. I'll make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. Okay. So this is what it will look like when you click over to services. So you've done the hard work. You upload the CSV table. You have the image path in here. Everything is optimized, ready to go. All we need to do is set a few options in order to upload this stuff. So you'll come into services. You'll pick whatever one you want to set up. In this case, we're going to set up Redbubble first. You're mapping the options on the left to the CSV file on the right. So this one says, hey, picture for the product. What do we actually want to upload? What's our picture? Well, we have an image path right here. All right, that's what we want to upload. So we're going to use the drop-down path to select image path. Background color. Did we put a background color in our CSV file? No, we did not. So in this case, we can select this. We can go through this. I'm just going to keep it as black. All right, you can add a hex color in here, or if you had a hex color in your CSV file, you could put it in there. We didn't put it in the CSV file, so we're going to leave this blank. We've selected the color here. Now, Redbubble works a little bit different than Amazon. There's markup percentages, all right? You know, if they have a base price, you set the markup percentage. I have mine set at 40 right here. You can come in and say, hey, I want everything marked up 100%. I'm going to keep it at 40. Let me look at the comments here. We have more issues on Printful, Spreadshirt. I have to go in and tweak the picture when I upload them. And Spreadshirt, Printful's a little bit. Okay, we'll get to Printful in 1 second. So I'm going to select English. Real quick before I go through all of this, if you guys have not gone through, click on help at the top and go through all of these guides. It's going to tell you how to set up each individual platform. So that everything works properly. So please go through this stuff and then circle back to this video later on. So now we selected English, right? You can select all of these different locales. We're just going to do English here. And now, hey, what do you want the title to be? Well, we put a title in our spreadsheet, so we're going to select title. What do we want the tags column to be? I'm going to select the tags column. Remember, we went through and actually added a tags column specifically for this reason. Description. We're going to map it to the description column. Okay, we're going to come down here. I will show you this in 1 second. Product previews. What products do you actually want to upload to? Uncheck all, check all. I'm going to select all of them. Okay. Image only. You can select how you want these to show up in your shop, and is this mature content? Now, real quickly, this right here. Copy settings from existing work. Let me find. So I have a test account over here. All right, here's the test account. What you want to do on Redbubble, okay, is upload one first and upload it manually, okay? And what you want to do is once you've uploaded it manually, we'll come in here and just click edit. We'll let all of this stuff come on in. You want to actually come in here and edit all of this stuff, right? Change the sizing, change the colors. Make sure that everything on every product is actually looking good, all right? Once you've done all of that, once you've resized all of this stuff so that it looks good on all the products, you can go ahead and save it. So you want a live design on Redbubble, do it manually. Okay, once you've done it manually, this is what you want to do. You've done it manually, you've resized everything, everything looks good on all the products. We want to copy those settings, the colors, the resize, everything for all of the products we're going to upload through the single upload interface. So you click, once you have a live design, you see here, you want to click on the little cog wheel, you're going to click on copy settings, okay? It's going to bring you to this page right here. Come up to the top, copy the URL. Right, very important. This is the page you want to copy the URL on. Remove that off, and I am going to paste it right there. Okay, copy settings URL. This is going to make sure that when I upload this design that we put in our CSV table, it's going to copy all the settings from this design, sizing, colors, all of that good stuff. Okay, everything is good to go here. All right. Finally, we're going to come over to the uploader. It's typically going to look like this. We're going to say, hey, we filled out the Redbubble column. Click that. You're going to come in here. Now, before you click the Start Uploading button, okay, click Show Details. Make sure that all this lines up. It's like, okay, this is the image on the computer. Okay, yep, that's the image. This is the settings we want to copy. This is the title. All right, this is the tags. This is the description. Like, everything looks good. So everything is lining up properly. We're all good to go. Now, we can hide the details here. Let me look at the comments real quick. Let's see. I have to go to the pictures when I upload them. Yeah, so Karen, I think you want to tweak, when you upload something manually to Redbubble, make sure you tweak all the settings first. Make sure you apply those, and then you can put that tweaked settings here into the copy settings. You adjust the percentage I use higher for stickers. I think you can if you go into the back end of Redbubble. I've been keeping them all the same. I think there's a setting you can change for site-wide settings on Redbubble for, hey, I want this specific markup on all products for stickers to be 100% or so on and so forth. Let's see. Can you leave the percent blank? I've custom settings for my entire Redbubble. Yeah, yes, Emily, you should be able to. On stickers on Redbubble, if you select background on Merchant Former is black, you can have your lettering and white shows up. So again, if you select this right here, the copy setting is going to override that. So make sure to go and upload something manually first, change all the settings, and then this right here is going to be like a lifesaver for you. Okay, so we're back on the uploader screen. We have verified all this stuff's not adult, yada, yada, yada. Everything looks good. I'm going to click on Start Uploading here, and it's going to open up this little screen right here. Opening browser. It's probably going to ask me to log in. Give it a second. All right, so this is actually opening in another screen over here. So I'm going to close that. All right, so logged in on another screen. We'll give it 1 second to get going. Loading page. All right, so now it's just going to go through. It's uploading the picture. It's waiting. It's setting the markup percentage. It's adding the titles. I'm sitting here doing nothing. Here's my hands. Like, if this was 100 designs long, it would go through one at a time and upload everything. It's filling the description. It's agreeing to the terms. It's submitting the product. And we'll give it just a few seconds here to submit the product. Any questions while we're waiting on this? Anything at all? All right, it's uploaded, right? Everything looks good. So let me just get my... Yeah, there we go. Here we go. We're on the page here. All right, so you see that it's uploaded to Redbubble. We can click this and click Edit. There we go. All right, the title, the tags, the description, all of this stuff has been filled out, right? Exactly the same settings as our other design that we copied the settings from. Now, I didn't spend much time editing the settings on that other design. I just wanted to show you guys how it works, but it's really as easy as that. All right, so you see that I filled out, we did all the hard work when we were getting ready to upload this to Merch by Amazon, right? we had that CSV file. We can now come in and use this same CSV file for all of the products on Redbubble, all of the products on Spreadshirt, all the products on Teespring, all the products on Printful, and it will upload all of them for you with the information that you've taken and put in that CSV file. So when I say you can reuse it, you can reuse it for all of these different products, all of these different marketplaces. If we add more marketplaces in the future, that's going to help you upload to those marketplaces as well. So there's really just a ton of stuff that you can do. Now, I did see a bunch of people asking about Printful. Any questions for Printful? Otherwise, I'll go over that right now to show you guys how that works. Let me find that page I had. Let me move this over here. All right, stores. Okay, so we're gonna go to Printful, right? I will clear all this out. Yes. Okay. This is what it's gonna look like when you first get into it. Now, here's another test store I have open. You want to log into your Printful dashboard. Okay. You want to click on stores. Once you click on stores, click on the store you want to upload to. All right, so I'm going to select this one. Go up to your URL. You want to copy everything until the number, right? So I've highlighted it. Do not copy the and, sync, product, and anything after it. It's through the number. This is going to be different on your computer and your store. Each one's going to have a unique number to it. You want to go ahead and copy that URL, all right, and paste it in here. We'll click on save, and then here it's going to have the gajillion products that you can upload to. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just pick, like, I don't know, this one. All right, it looks like a 64,000 unisex style t-shirt from Gildan. Let's see. If anyone has any questions anytime, drop them. I am monitoring those. But we are going to try to wrap this up soon. It's been going almost 2 hours now. It's crazy that you guys are sticking around, so I appreciate that. We'll come in here. We'll just pick some colors. I don't know, black, dark, heather, navy. All right, let's just upload to just large. All right, now again, we're mapping the options to the CSV file we have. We're using the same CSV. I haven't even changed that out yet. So, hey, what do we want to upload to the front of this design? Well, we want to upload the image path. Do we want to upload a back print? No. Do we want to upload a, left sleeve, a right sleeve, outside label? No, 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 no. So I don't want to do any of this except for a front print. So I'll leave all of it blank. Mock-up name here. So if you were creating one of these on Etsy, or excuse me, on Printful, let me find where I put that again. Okay, let me just bring this over here. It was a 64,000, I think. Right, this one right here. I'm just going to select design. Okay. Let's proceed to mockups. So what you'd want to do here is, let's say you wanted this mockup. You didn't want to use this one. You wanted to use men's 2 mockups. So if you wanted to use that, you just come over here, all right, and you type in men's 2 mockups. That's what you'd put in here. You can put that in your CSV file. Otherwise, it's going to use the mockup style that Printful defaults to. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's move this so I can see comments here. All right, so here we go. Now all we're doing, it looks like I've already sort of set this up. Title, gonna match to the title. Description, match to the description. Tags, match to the tags. Price. Now we didn't use price in the other one because we had a markup percentage. This one, we have a price in here, $19.99. Okay, so that is what we are going to set up. Just mark it to the price. Come over here to the uploader. We're not uploading to Redbubble anymore. We're uploading to Printful. Show the details here. All right, so on and so forth. Yeah, so I can see here. Everything looks like it matches up. Everything looks good to go. Here are the colors I've selected. I've selected large. I'm going to go ahead and start uploading. I'll bring this over here. And we'll let it run. So typically, this is going to ask me to log in. I've already used this today, actually. So I've already logged in. And it's going to go through. Again, it's going to find the product. It's going to choose the product. It's going to upload all the data that we just selected in the CSV file. There's not really anything else we have to do. I'm sitting here doing nothing but talking guys, and this is doing all the work for us. Let's see here. Yes, this is great. I meant reuse in a different way. I meant reusing the listing templates for other niches. Having to write every listing manually. Yeah, so you can reuse the same listing templates for other niches, but I personally have not seen very good results for that. I always write the listings like we went over like 30 minutes ago, specifically for the niche. Like it's going to change for each individual niche. All right, so it's been uploaded. Let me go ahead and find that over here. And I'll bring it over here so you guys can see it. There we go. Here it is. It's being pushed to a test Etsy store right now. This is the mock-up that was used. If you really zoom in, you can see that that is the product that we uploaded. Main Printful question we have: can you upload more than one product at a time? So Tyler, currently you cannot upload one product at a time, and the reason for that is when you click on add product, like inside a Printful here, you'll notice that, you know, we'll come in here, we'll select t-shirts. There we go. There's no way to select multiple products here. Like if I select this one, like it's just going to load this specific t-shirt. So it's really not going to be possible to upload multiple at a time. What you want to do is use your spreadsheet and upload to, hey, like I want these 10 in my spreadsheet to upload to this design. Run that batch, and then if you want to upload them to, say, I don't know, a onesie, like a kid's onesie, you'd want to select that product and then rerun it. So that is, I'm losing my voice a little bit here. You come in here to this design, you see, hey, here's black, navy, and dark heather. It just so happens that, look, black, navy, dark heather, size large. All right, you'll see that these are size larges, and Printful price is here, and it set the price that we put in our CSV to $19.99. So everything works really, really smoothly, and this is going to be, I think, an absolute game changer for your business. Once you have more than a couple designs, like we ran this test right with one design in here, but if you go through and you follow all the steps that we were talking about, creating that CSV file for Merch by Amazon and adding those other columns like tags and image path, you're going to be able to take all that information, have one CSV file, and come in here and upload it to all these other platforms. Because Merch by Amazon is great. You know, there's a lot of different buyers on the platform. They're usually looking for really typically cheaper shirts and designs. But let's say you're using Printful over here, and I'm currently pushing this to a test Etsy store. Customers on Etsy are very loyal to Etsy. Like, they are not going out and spending $30 a shirt on Amazon. They're spending $30 per design on Etsy because they're just a different type of buyer. And you can take advantage of that without spending hundreds or thousands of hours going through your design catalog. You just set up the CSV file one time, and you can upload them everywhere. So I think that pretty much covers it in terms of keywording listings, organizing yourself, making sure we have the CSV files and all of that good to go. We went over keywording, we went over USPTO stuff, creating spreadsheets. Is there anything else that you guys want me to go over real quick? We'll probably be doing more webinars in the future. I know this one ran quite a long time. But yeah, if there's anything else you guys want me to cover, any questions? Can you upload one design to multiple stores inside of Printful? Yeah, so Michael, great question. Let me open this back up. If you go to Printful right here, so we had that store, right? I showed you how to log in, get the URL, and paste it in there. If you had another store and you wanted to upload to that other store inside of Printful, all you do is click clear. That'll clear everything out. You want to follow the same steps for the new store you want to upload to, and paste that in here, and then save it, and then we'll upload to that new store. So that's how you want to switch that out. Thanks for everything. Can't wait to see what's in the future. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate it. I do appreciate every single one of you. Looks like there's over 100 people here. That's awesome. If you want me to do more of these, let me know. If you want me to go over anything specific in a new video at some point, let me know that as well. I'm always open to criticism. If you absolutely hated sticking around today, let me know that too. But otherwise, drop your questions in the comments. And I do appreciate all of you sticking around for 2 hours, which is awesome to see. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.